All right, everyone, welcome back. We are here now with game number two between Willowkeeper on the Legion side and Hex now on the Hellborn side. Once again, I'm going to be joined by Lionhearted Tony.
Hello.
So what'd you think of game number one? Pretty action-packed game number one.
It was very much Legion sided. Hex did a great job of controlling Willow during the first game. Um,
Hmm.
had a very greedy lineup coming out from Willow on the Hellborn side, and they capitalized on it with no question, no hesitation at all.
Oh yeah, I agree
And
with you completely. The Oogie, the Malakin, unable to really find the kind of farm that they were hoping to achieve there. Um, But yeah, well, we're in game number two here. We'll talk about the bands. We got Pebbles, Sir Bensington, and Draconis going to be banned out here. I believe some of those are a little bit of different bands, actually. Calamity, Magnus, and Sandwraith banned out here by Willowkeeper. So I think the big one there is the Calamity. We saw
oh,
that
for
one in
sure.
game number one. Snooki played that pretty flawlessly. Had a lot of impact as well. But they did ban the Puppet Master. Are you surprised that they let the Puppet Master through since he had such a dominating performance in game one, or do you feel like they're gonna have a way to address the Puppet Master if it does
I
get
do
picked up?
I do think they're going to have a way to counter it. I don't think they're going to go as greedy of a lineup this time. I think they're going to go more of a balance, either 2-1-2 or a 2-1-1 with a roamer, with a roaming character
Hmm.
in the mix, which would make it a bit easier to stop and control. At least keep him from getting out of control with farm.
Okay, fair enough. We're gonna have the first pick here coming out from Hex, gonna be the Doctor Repulsor. Uh, pretty uh, pretty aggressive pick there with the Doctor. A really active carry style here. They take on the first pick. Rally and Moira gonna be picked up here in response from Willowkeeper. So just like you pointed out, they're already heading toward that route of more aggression as they pick up some really active heroes there, and then. Shell Shock and the Chipper coming out here from Hex. I gotta say, I'm not surprised here. The Shell Shock, that's a hero that Hex will play from time to time, but it got a bit of a buff here in the last balance patch, patch 4.9.0. The Shell Shock can now cancel his Rolling Thunder without the need of a Staff of the Master. So now he can kind of charge up that roll, and if it's going to put himself and his teammates in too much danger, for example, into a tower or just put them way too far out of position, he can cancel that. So I think that's a fantastic addition to the Shell Shock. Um,
I think that also gives the show that another functionality as well.
yes, yep.
As a defense, you can literally just pop it, bring your team into it. Once the danger's out of the way, release it, and you can continue on.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I'm really excited to see how the Shell Shock plays out. I feel like with that small change to the hero, I think he becomes a lot more viable as that either like a roaming style of Shell Shock or bulk him up, put a little farm on him, make him tanky. He'll output a ton of magic damage with the superconductor and
Yes.
be pretty disruptive in terms of dealing magic damage as well. So pretty excited to see the Shell Shock pick specifically. We have Aluna, Nymphora, and Moraxis going to be banned out here from Willowkeeper. We have Nomad, Ravenor, and Andromeda going to be banned out here from Hex. Tell me what you see there in the picks.
I'm interested about I like the Andromeda ban. I do feel that Andromeda's swap, especially on staff, it's game changing. You can be so far behind, and that one item on that one character can completely change the tide of the fights. Uh, it's outside of that, and 4 is a smart one as well. Such a great support. Nothing outside of that, nothing too abnormal. I think Ravenor, Nomad, and especially those two are good bands to go to. But I also haven't played the game much in a long time, so
That's completely fine. Yeah,
I
anything
like
else?
these two picks coming out right now from Legion.
Hmm.
The Master of Arms and Dark Lady.
That's fine. I'm actually dropping some
That's
frames. Hopefully that kind of clears up. When my internet likes to act up from time to time, and I don't know if it'll just go away or whatnot.
gotta love technical difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be like slightly laggy. I don't know. Sometimes it lowers the quality from 1080p. I don't know. It's weird how it works. Um, so yeah, you were saying you like the Master of Arms and the Dark Lady pickups?
I do. I'm curious to see if they're going to put Moa back in the secondary support role, if they're going to try to let him shine with a good carry role.
Yeah, and they have the rally already picked up, which he's similar. He's very similar to the Master of Arms in the sense that um, both of these heroes can really play either a core or a support. And right now, I'm leaning towards the Master of Arms being a secondary support, like they did in game
Mhm.
number one. And now they have that more reliable lane presence initiator of the rally. Whereas the Cthulhu Font last game, we saw him really struggle because he went up against that very heavy lockdown lane of the Moiran, the Puppet Master, going two versus
Mhm.
one. So he really
Right.
wasn't able to translate his laning phase into any kind of farm. The rally a little bit more durable with the compel. A stronger laner, they might look to pair him up with somebody in this game number two. We'll see if they do that or not, or perhaps just get him a better laning phase. But I like the rally a little bit more consistent of a hero. We see the Swiftblade and the Apex gonna come out here from Hex, so they have their lineup completed now, and it looks like they're gonna go with another dual core lineup like they did in game number one. They had the Calamity with the Puppet Master. This time they have the Doctor Repulsor with the Swiftblade. So, what do you think about the Hellborns lineup as they kind of finished that one off? And 1 second, they actually picked up a gauntlet
That's
here
fine.
on the side of Legion. So that's now the two lineups. Tell me what you think of the two lineups.
The Hellborn the Hex's lineup is very magic heavy, but it's explosive. If they ever get a hold of a character, they're gonna get deleted.
Yeah, they have
Um,
lots of burst damage for sure.
they have a ton of burst damage. So hey, our Willow's gonna have to be very cautious about how they approach lanes. I feel, especially once you start moving into out of laning phase into mid game, they're gonna have to be very careful on rotations and ganks.
Boys, sorry to interrupt, but
What's up,
if you want,
Paradise?
you can join. I'm doing good. How are you, Chris? Antony, if you guys want, you can join the main Discord server where it's like boosted, higher audio quality if you like.
Sure, we can join over
Yeah, we
there.
can do that.
All right, I'll just give you the role in a sec. Join live now.
Okay.
Okay. So give us 1 sec, guys, as we gonna change discords here. Paradise, can you pray for my internet, please? I'm dropping frames like it's my job, and I
Okay.
don't know why. It just every once in a while, my internet just has to shit the bed. I don't know why it does this. Maybe I need
Yeah,
a
I
new
can tell
router
from
or
your stream
something.
right now. It's very obvious. Unfortunately.
Man, it was really good for a while, and now it's just this is what happened to me, and then you guys ended up sharing my video of a cast where I lagged the whole time, and
Yeah,
everyone complained the
your stream
quality
does
was
keep dropping.
terrible. Uh,
You can lower the bitrate to lower the internet speed required for the video, if you like.
yeah, let me try lowering the
Maybe
bitrate.
something like 4,000 rather than 6,000.
All right, let's try that. Maybe my internet will be happier.
If you don't have a delay, it should take like 10 seconds.
Okay. So you joining us for the cast here, or?
No, I'm quite busy, but I would like to stay to hear the Golden Voice just confirmed.
Sure thing. All right, so technical difficulties aside, we got a tri lane coming out here. from the side of Willowkeeper, we got Master of Arms and Moira and Dark Lady going up against the aggressive dual lane of Shellshock and Swiftblade. We're going to see a lot of pressure coming out here already. I don't know if they're going to get this Bloodlust kill. They're going to throw the stun out from Master
It looks
onto
like it's gonna
Swiftblade. Dark
happen.
Lady, she's got a Tainted Soul coming in one more second. Swiftblade already used his Blade Frenzy, so he goes down. Shellshock could be in some trouble now as well. He actually skilled the Fireflies. He's going for a turn kill, but too much pressure coming out. We're going to have 2 kills going the way of Willowkeeper. So, you know, in game number 1, we actually saw a pretty solid start from Willowkeeper. I don't know,
Yes.
just to remind the viewers watching, like they did start off very good, and we're going to see that continue here in game number 2. I just hope that they transition better than they did in game number 1, because Hex got
Yep,
those couple of good team fights where they just kind of got out of control. So mid lane, we're going to see the Apex going up against the Gauntlet. So 2 strength heroes duking it out. Then in the top lane, we have Doctor, Repulsor, and Shipper going up 2 versus 1 against the Rally. So aside from the action here in the tri lane, what do you think about the other 2 lanes, the mid and the top lane?
Mid lane, I think it's a pretty, honestly, fair matchup. I feel like the Apex has that decent amount of burst damage, and a little bit of a jump, and the Gauntlet can pull the Apex into tower if he can position it right. They both have good skills for the lane, and both have decent damage on creep. The top lane, the Suicide Rally.
Yep.
Against this lineup, I feel is going to struggle. I think he's just going to be focusing mainly on just getting XP where he can, and not really as much on farm.
I agree. I think
Gauntlet
there's too
getting the
much
hook off.
lane presence. Yeah. Apparently he's not going to go for a kill. He already used the Infernal Instability. Tri lane though, action going on. The Blade Frenzy was used. They're going to lose the Shell Shock here. Dark Lady, they're trying to go for the counter kill. Dark Lady has the Marchers picked up and the power supply. There's the Shards of Harkon stun. Swiftblade throws out the counter attack, but Dark Lady jumps in with a charging strikes and a double tap coming out for Dark Lady. So safe to say, this tri lane for Willowkeeper working out great for them. They now have 2 kills on each of the 2 heroes down there, the Swiftblade and the Shell Shock. Dark Lady picking up 3 of those, so she is already off to 500 gold per minute. We have a roll coming in now. Dark Lady doesn't have the most HP. That roll will be canceled immediately by the Shell Shock. And you can see it coming into play. He knew it would have put him in a dangerous position. He opts to cancel it and not risk giving up another kill there.
Rally's actually doing a pretty decent job of getting at least some farm out of the medium creep camp there by the lane.
Hits the level 3 mark there, almost at level 4, so you pointed it out, doing great on the experience to start off here. Mid lane, it looks like they're about pretty even on experience. Gauntlet a little bit ahead, so I think whoever hits the level 6 mark first, that's where we could potentially see a kill opportunity. With that being said, Apex pretty healthy on the HP. Dark Lady gonna charging strikes at the last second to survive. We almost had 2 kills coming out. Looks like Master of Arms rotated away from the lane here, so the Shell Shock Swiftblade lane gets the kill onto Moira there. Not a whole lot she can really do. And a big snipe coming out with the Fireflies. A double tap coming out for Shell Shock. What plays coming out here from the side of Hex. They pick up 2 kills, so they kind of recovered a little bit nicely here in this 2 versus 3 makeup, as Master of Arms leaving the lane for a little bit of time.
That was such a great turn.
Here comes the Gauntlet Blast from Gauntlet. He doesn't have the Infernal Instability up, but the slow coming in from that passive here. Here comes a Fist, and that's going to be a kill onto Apex. So Gauntlet picks up the kill there in the 1 versus 1 matchup, as no level 6 onto Apex. He needed 1 creep for the Armageddon. We could have possibly seen a turn come out, but great play coming out there from Willowkeeper. They now take a 5-2 hero kill lead, and they're actually trailing in gold, but they're trailing in both the gold and experience. So Hex still in a lead in that regard. But we have level 6 on the Doctor now. We have a flank coming in from the Chipper. They're going to probably try to set up a kill here on the Rally. There's the ludicrous speed, the auto attack
And the
with that
rally,
burst, and that's going to be a kill there on the Rally. So yep, Rally gets the level 5. Unfortunately, can't get himself in position for a kill there as they dive him.
Dark Lady really needs to start getting some items on her. She is gone from having some pretty decent farm to kind of suffering from that death that he went through.
A lot of lane harassment coming out from the Fireflies. He's maxing that out on Shell Shock level 3, spamming that every time it's off cooldown with that Chalice.
So much damage.
A lot of harassment there on the Dark Lady. And they have a health potion on the Master of Arms. I would like to see them use that there on the Dark Lady. And here comes a roll in onto the Moira. The spin from Swiftblade, getting that kill. And now Dark Lady, she's trying to go for a return kill. They need to kill this Shell Shock before the Fireflies come out, but it's not in time, and they're going to turn it around. Is it going to be a hat trick? 2 versus 3. Hex picks up a hat trick in the tri-lane as both the Swiftblade and the Shell Shock survive. So again, we're seeing a similar story here from game number 1. The early start in favor of Willowkeeper, but Hex just picking up momentum as they capitalize with big plays. And the tri-lane now 300 gold per minute on the Swiftblade. He's near the same gold per minute of the Dark Lady. Meanwhile, Dr. Repulsor and even the Apex, he's sitting on 390 gold per minute. So I might have missed a kill there. He actually got a kill onto the Gauntlet with the help of Chipper. I missed that one completely. I think that took place the same time as the tri-lane was having action. So with that kill,
Very
Apex
possibly.
now bumps himself up to 400 gold per minute. So he has recovered very, very well from that previous death.
They have 2 characters now that are above 400 gold per minute. That's XP per minute. Yeah,
Yep.
2 characters that are above 400 gold per minute now. That's right. And the Hex has now dropped down to almost 300 gold per minute now for their top 2 farmers. And it's just not boding well.
Yeah, they have the Rally, the Moira, and the Master of Arms all sitting below 200 gold per minute. And then if you look at the side of Hex, the Chipper and the Shell Shock both above 200 gold per minute. So even the supports, as you pointed out, doing very, very well. They're going to throw out some pressure here on the Swiftblade, but he's now got the Ghost Marchers completed. It's going to be hard for them to keep him in place and lock him down without him getting his damage off with the Blade Frenzy. We're going to have a roll coming out here. They're going to possibly go for this dive. Here comes the Fireflies into the Blade Frenzy. The Moira, she's going to go down very, very quickly here. Shell Shock getting turned on with the overcharge shot and the auto attacks from Dark Lady, but he's going to get himself the distance. Perhaps he will end up falling here, so it ends up being a 1-for-1. And now Swiftblade, he does have mana for that Swift Slashes with the power supply. Rally ended up falling in the top lane as well. Swiftblade going to get the slashes there on the Master of Arms. And it's a double tap coming out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they also get a kill there on the Gauntlet. So I hate to keep bringing it back, but there's the kills happening in multiple lanes. So great movement again from Hex as Chipper rotated in the mid lane for a kill there onto the Gauntlet. So now it's an 11-6 kill lead in favor of Hex. Oh, I think it's safe to say we're going to need to see some movement from Rally to kind of help the other 2 lanes, which are struggling a little bit here. We have a no Gauntlet blast up for 35 more seconds.
Cooldown on that is so, it makes it so usable. Like you can use it so often for ganks.
Here comes the roll. Swiftblade jumps in the shell. The spin coming out here. Dark Lady, she does have recharging strikes available, but the chainsaws are down. And the legendary streak coming out. Dark Lady going to fall as well as the Rhapsody. Now Master of Arms, he's going to be taken out as well. It's a double tap for Chipper on top.
Coming out from the Chipper.
Yeah, the kill secured, as we like to call it, with the rockets. And Dr. Repulsor, he's here with the icon of the goddess, but not interested in going for a kill there on the Rally. Just interested in picking up his farm. He's got the stacks here in the jungle that I believe Chipper made for him, so he's going to continue to bump up his GPM. Apex actually taken over at 475 gold per minute. Swiftblade and Chipper with the help of Shellshock, gonna steal some stacks here. Here's
There's about
Gauntlet though, he's
something's
coming
gonna
in.
happen bottom.
Gauntlet Blast comes in into the fist. They're trying to, yep, he gets the one kill onto the Chipper, but the hook will actually be blocked there from the teammate. Rally trying to get in range for a compel stun. Shellshock going to throw out a roll here. He's gonna cancel that that roll immediately. Rally gonna compel himself. The slam is going to miss. And it might not matter in the end. There's just too many numbers here as the acid bomb takes him out. And Shellshock will also fall. Dark Lady though going to get turned on here. Perhaps the dot damage is going to be enough as Apex is going to make the escape here. He picks up the double tap. Gauntlet going to throw Rally forward here. And I think Apex just a little too slippery with the Ghost Marchers. Meanwhile, Dr. Repulsor, he's loving this as, you know, the full attention of the Legion side really focused on this bottom half of the map. He's just had complete free reign, just like last game when he played the Puppet Master. Just having complete free farm up here in the top half of the map. Chipper gonna get a ward of sight down here. He's gonna spot out the Moira. And this could be a dive coming out here as the Shards of Harkon was used. Yeah, as soon as he used that stun on the creeps, it was all over for him.
And the tower's gonna fall here. They're gonna go for the kill and for the fall as well.
Yep, the ports are coming in. There's the glyph. They're gonna try to hold this tower off. The hook will just be a little bit too short. The deny is going to miss as well. Nothing really going right here for Willowkeeper in game number 2. As they find themselves down by 11,000 gold. Master of Arms going to run into Chipper. Here come the Dark Blades from Dark Lady, but the Master of Arms will end up falling. Shellshock is now here with the roll. Blade Frenzy in the background. And Gauntlet, he's going to hook himself in, but that's going to secure his death as he eats the full swift slashes. And now Dark Lady, she's on the run. She needs to use the charging strikes to get to safety. She does not have a teleport. Apex with that double damage going to chase him down. Switchblade will end up falling here. Meanwhile, an Apex does clean up the Dark Lady, so it ends up being, I believe, a 3 for 2 in the end here in favor of Hex.
It's been such a scary Apex. Level 11. When nobody on their team is he didn't even hit 10 yet.
Yeah, he's got a big experience advantage here. If we take a look at the chart, he's sitting on 600 XPA and 525 gold per minute, but still no presence from Doctor. He picked up the icon about 4 minutes ago. Hasn't even looked to get involved in a kill. A little bit questionable there, but we're going to see that possibly change. He's going to throw out the opposite charges. Apex is here. We'll see if the dive continues. The port's coming in from the Moira. Endless light comes out from the announcer there, but Apex, he will end up exchanging lives with the Moira. That one definitely favoring Willowkeeper there. Meanwhile, the Rockets actually sniped him out, it looks like. Wait, where was Chipper?
Where was Chipper?
Did Chipper actually snipe him out from the mid lane? That's very impressive.
It looks like it.
I actually missed that. I was not expecting a kill. Props to Chipper with the big rockets from downtown sniping him out. The Doctor finally picks up an icon charge.
Yeah, and also the light brand as well has just been delivered.
So he's going to be building into that Grimoire of Power.
Yep.
That'll allow him to remove stuns and debuffs. Very, very powerful effect on a Doctor Repulsor.
Absolutely agreed. Here goes the shell
Roll
shot.
in the bot lane. Everyone's getting in the van, so to speak. Here comes the onslaught onto Moira. The rocket's not even necessary. Dark Lady, she's going to go for a turn kill, but Astrolabe picked up on the Shell Shock. Gauntlet comes in. They're going to get the kill on the Switchblade there with the Gauntlet Blast. And now Shell Shock, he's got a roll ready to go. They're looking to actually turn it around. I think they're just going to cancel. I'm actually surprised that they decided to run away there.
They saw the rally coming in, I think, and didn't want to risk the getting botched.
So Rally is now here as well. Apex, he's just moving up to the top lane. But Rally's going to line up the compel. The You're Dead gets stopped. Oh, wow, the roll comes in and avoids the seismic slam there. Big rockets interrupting that cast. It's not going to matter in the end as they actually do get the kill on Shell Shock, but was nice initially. Meanwhile, we're going to have the Legion's Ancients stacked and stolen here by Apex and Doctor. So the resources continue to be in favor of Hex.
Well.
So it looks like that was
Chipper just got off.
a stun into a fist.
Yep.
Oh wow, what's happening up here? Rally actually gets caught, or Dark Lady, excuse me,
Dark
not the
Lady just
Rally.
gets again deleted.
I'm surprised
They have that ability right
she
now.
went up there to try to pick up some farm, as that was clearly not a safe area.
Moa's in trouble here, I think.
Yeah, he could be.
Nope.
So Switchblade picks up the Energizer. He's going to continue to play that active kind of role this game. We have, I think we're going to see both Grimoire power on the Apex and the Dr. Repulsor here in the future. And Dark Lady, well, she's not really able to pick up that Rune Cleaver. She's still pretty far away from picking up not only the Warhammer, but the recipe. So,
She is still trying to go for the Rune Cleaver.
yeah, the Portal Key
I don't.
picked up on Gauntlet here. He's going to try to set up something with the Veiled Rot. But yeah, the Dark Lady, she's really not where she wants to be right now. Only sitting on
No.
the 325 gold per minute.
Yeah, Dark Lady is gonna be in for a very struggle game if this gets dragged out.
Here comes the counter from Doctor. He's going to zip around back and forth. They're going to get the kill there onto the Gauntlet. No team support coming out, unfortunately.
None.
And meanwhile, this is going on. The bottom tier 2 tower taking a lot of pressure here from both the Switchblade and the Shellshock. Shellshock, I think he's either doing a really big bait or he's in a very, very aggressive position here. Here comes the roll onto the Moira. It's gonna kill Switchblade in the end though. Dark Lady though will go down as the chainsaws and the rockets are there. Chipper he will also fall. So they get the tower kill, but they lose a couple
And
of
tower
players,
top as well.
and they use a buyback. Yep, another tower falling as well. Shellshock, he is still rearing to go as he jumps in onto Moa here. Rally comes in with the compel, and Shellshock, he will fall. Too much damage for him under that acid bomb.
Too much damage. They're going for mid tower now though. But Legion is definitely rotating in enough time to save it. And back to farming we go.
Yep, so they have both the Grimoires picked up on the 2 cores. Another 1800 gold picked up here on the Apex. So, going to be interested to see what he decides to go for there. He's just going to continue to clean out the stacks here in the jungle. And again, not really a whole lot of item progression on Legion. They have the tablet on Rally, but I don't know how much that's really going to achieve right now.
The Legion has been stifled just completely. They've been completely shut down from farming. Chipper looks like he's going for
Barbed armor?
barbed armor.
That's weird. We have
What is going
Gauntlet
on?
getting jumped on here. The lockdown is going to be enough. The damage comes through. 4th icon charge picked up here on the Dr. Repulsor. Dark Lady, she's kind of looking for an angle to kind of jump in, but a great split coming out here from Hex. They're going to possibly look to re-engage as Apex is giving them that information with the Invisor. And here comes the dive coming out, the quick burst on the Moa, the spin from Switchblade.
Moa?
And there's the Arcane Vortex there. I believe that's on the Dark Lady to defend her. She's going to Charging Strikes to safety. She will survive, but Moira will fall. And Rally, he's getting dove here from Doctor. The Smackdown comes out. It's going to be a couple of more kills going the way of Hex as they pick up 4 in total.
The
The
GGs
GGs are
being
called
out.
here at the 19-minute mark. Willowkeeper has had enough as they once again fall to a 20,000 gold and experience deficit. So game number 2, same story as game number 1, unfortunately. Hex just a little bit too overpowering here as they pick themselves up a pretty nasty lead. But yeah, any final thoughts that you have for game number 2?
Once again, we saw the same progression happen as game 1, where Willow really started showing promise early game, and it just fell apart by the time mid game rolled around, and they just Hex just started steamrolling.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. We saw the early couple of minutes, the tri lane in the bottom lane, they picked up several kills. They were looking like they were in a good spot, but then it's like a switch just flipped and Hex turned on the heat, and the steamroll, as you kind of called it there, just pick it up in full force. So Great job there from Hex. We'll go on another short break. Hopefully, we'll get into another lobby and we'll be back with game 3 coming up soon.